Well, that wasn't so hard. If you were with me for yesterday's video, you would know that I stripped a screw because I couldn't get my screwdriver directly overhead because the screw was underneath the carburetors. And I was thinking, it's gonna be too much work to pull the gas tank off and pull the carburetors off just to get this one screw out. But as these things seem to always go, I tried to do the shortcut and it made a whole lot more work out of it. Here's the screw in question, and it's one of 4 screws that I need to remove to be able to take the starter motor out. So now the question is, and I hope the answer is no, is the screw going to be as difficult to get out as I thought it was? Luckily, I noticed the screw was stripped pretty much right away, and I'm hoping that that minimized the stripping damage that was done to it. My solution to this problem is going to be this Ultra Beefcake Super Impact Screwdriver Screw Release Mechanism Machine Master Mechanic Tool 101 paired with this. This thing's cool because as you smash down on it with a hammer, it presses down into the screw, obviously because you're smashing it with a hammer, but at the same time turns the screw in the screwing outward direction. I think I can do it. I am tightening it. Did you see it? Look at that. The other one was pretty tight in there too. All right, there goes the bracket. Let's see what it takes to pop this thing out of here. Maybe another little pry. Seems to have done the trick. A little more leeway here. Oh. Well, that thing just comes out. There's a little square drive in there. There's a little square right here. So one thing I didn't think of yesterday was brushes. The brushes in this motor could definitely be going bad, and they are a wear item, so that would be my number 1 suspicion. So let's see what we find. Oh, I'm not trying to strip any more screws today. There we go. Smells pretty burned in there. These are the brushes here and here, and they still have plenty of material left. I wouldn't expect them to be making all that noise. Pretty crusty in there. These are pretty dry. It seems like there should be some lube there, especially because there's a little gasket here. I mean, nothing is like super obvious to me. I guess it could be that there's just so much dust in here from the brushes wearing out, all this dust stuff. Could just be getting in there. I wonder if I just clean it out. It's pretty thick in there. I'm gonna try cleaning it out, see how this works. That's a mess. Nice and shiny. This feels crunchy as frig. I'll clean this out and maybe put a little bit of grease in here. Oh yeah. Doesn't that sound similar to the way it sounded when it was on the bike? All scratchy. Getting the seal out. Aha! A clip. That circlip, I can get that out. First try, baby. I think this shaft needs to be pressed through, and that's what this snap ring was preventing. I'll try it on the vise. Ow! That seems like it's doing what it's supposed to. Aha! Aha! There's the bearing. Oh, it's just held in by a little clip. There it is. A little bit of oil in there, a little bit of heat. There she is. The question is it salvageable? Well, it's still a little bit toasty, but here it is. I have one theory about two separate problems. So one problem was that it would grind so much, it was grinding so loud when you would hit the starter button. I think the grinding came from this bearing. The second problem was it would squeak and stop. It would like grind really loud and then it would go squeak and it would stop. I think this bearing is the source of the grinding, and I have a suspicion that all of the powder and dust left over from the worn out brushes was getting jammed up in there and stopping the motor. So I think the combination of fixing or replacing this bearing and cleaning out the dust is going to solve all of our problems. Now I have to do some online research and see if I can buy this bearing and see it, well, and I can also see if I can see if I can fix this. Some of you guys that have been watching, let me know your favorite way or a way that you think is a good idea to clean this bearing out. Because listen to this. Is it just dirty? I'm gonna go search how to clean a bearing on YouTube. I'm gonna try to clean this. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna try to buy a new one. And then when I get the new bearing, I'm gonna make sure the motor is nice and clean, and maybe I'll look for some new brushes too. And I'm gonna put it all back together, and then we're gonna find out if it's fixed at that point. That's the point when we find out if it's fixed. So hopefully this will only be a 3-part series on how to fix and or replace your XS500 motor. Pretty good series because they made this bike for what, 3 years? So tons of people are gonna be looking for this video. Today's day 18 in the garage, guys. Thanks for joining me again for another day. We got 12 left. I really appreciate all you guys that have been watching and commenting and just sticking around. And if you haven't, shit, if you're still watching by this point, hit the subscribe button, you know what I'm saying?